The Patriotic Alliance are taking the credit for putting or applying the pressure on Adetshina in her eventually withdrawing from the Miss South Africa competition. Now, all of this, of course, stems from the events that happened yesterday. We got a media statement from former Miss South Africa contestant Vanessa Chidimma Adetshina. She posted the following statement on her social media. Statement 8 August 2024. I would like to start off by thanking everyone who has stood beside me right from the start of my Miss South Africa journey. I am really grateful for all the love and support I have been shown. Being part of the Miss South Africa 2024 competition has been an amazing journey. However, after much careful consideration, I have made the difficult decision to withdraw myself from the competition for the safety and well-being of my family and I. With the support of the Miss South Africa organization, I leave with a heart full of gratitude for the amazing experience. I would like to take this opportunity to wish my fellow finalists all the best for the remainder of the competition. Whoever wears the crown represents us all. Some heart emojis. Chidimma Vanessa Adetshina. Now, before the statement, the Patriotic Alliance had indicated that they were going to take the matter up with the courts. However, it does seem before all of that could take place, Adetshina withdrew from the competition. And the Patriotic Alliance, in response to her withdrawing, posted the following statement. 8 August 2024, media statement. Patriotic Alliance thanks Patriotic South Africans following withdrawal of Miss SA contestant Vanessa Chidimma Adetshina. The Patriotic Alliance PA served legal papers on Thursday morning on the Miss South Africa organizers, the Department of Home Affairs, and pageant contestant Vanessa Chidimma Adetshina to interdict her from participation in the upcoming Miss South Africa contest. Her citizenship status has been mired in controversy. Home Affairs confirmed on Wednesday that her birth was fraudulently recorded in South Africa and indicated that arrests are likely to follow in the case. A contest like Miss South Africa should be exclusively for South Africans and showcase South African culture and identity, not be turned into a living joke about how regularly Home Affairs systems are undermined and exploited through corruption. Nigerian nationals are used to laughing at South Africans when it comes to having it all their own way, when it comes to unmitigated crime, which all starts with immigration fraud. They are used to doing just as they please and even want to rename parts of our city, such as Sunnyside, to Little Nigeria. To have Adetshina carry the Miss South Africa crown would have been the biggest triumph for them of all, but it was not something we could just allow without a fight. We say, abahambe. Thanks to the papers we served on Adetshina through the organizers, she has now withdrawn from the pageant. We would like to thank all patriots for sticking with us through this regrettable episode, during which the PA and its leaders were insulted and labeled xenophobic and mamparas. We wish the remaining contestants well with the pageant this weekend and trust that whoever takes the crown will fly the South African flag proudly with our South Africans. Issued by PA Deputy President Kenny Kunene. Look, at this point, it is safe to say credit to those that saw the funny vibes at the get-go from the beginning, and they did not get deterred by all the negative backlash that they received from some other celebrities as well as politicians. And of course, you know who I am talking about. I'm talking about Lord Gayton McKenzie. Look, the man did not waver in his conviction even when he was called xenophobic.
Somebody says, how dare you have such a xenophobe speak at such a function like today. I was jumping in the plane and a lady was sitting next to me, only the two of us. She's a Zimbabwean and she was shivering. And I asked her, are you cold? And she was scared to speak. And she said, I'm scared of you. I said, why? She said, because you hate foreigners. I engaged her for 2 hours from Cape Town. And I said to her that the great Nelson Mandela, the Ethiopians had to give him a passport because he loves law and order. He didn't go to other countries on the back of a crocodile. He had to get a passport from the Ethiopians because he understands countries have rules. I explained to the lady that I am not xenophobic, but every country has laws that needs to be followed. Because when you kill somebody here, we want to be able to find you. But if you are undocumented, we will not be able to find you. And there are some amongst us that is using foreigners, illegal foreigners, to reverse the gains of the freedom fighters. Because then they don't need to pay them a living wage. Then they don't need to register them for UIH. They still want back the kafir mentality that they can lord over people with a darker color than them. Hence, they act like they care for those foreigners. And they don't. They are using them because they want to lord over them the way they lorded over us before we were released from the bondage of apartheid. You have scientists from Zimbabwe being gardeners in this country. How can that be right? You have teachers being waiters from Zimbabwe. How can that be right? They are being exploited. I will never be a spectator to the exploitation of another black man or white man or colored man for as long as I'm alive. Everybody coming to this country, come through the right channels, and you shall be feeling our great hospitality in this country.
The reason, as the Patriotic Alliance, we want to the president to deploy a minister from the PA is because of precisely this, the criminality that happens at Home Affairs, where illegal immigrants are being given identities of South Africans. She is a beneficiary of a criminal act by her mother. So she cannot, we can't say she was a child, therefore she did not know. No, she's a beneficiary of a crime. Somebody's identity has been stolen. So now, as South Africans, patriotic South Africans, we must stand together and hold Department of Home Affairs accountable. They must come back to us and tell us where is the person whose identity has been stolen. We must be able to get to the bottom of this matter so that the law can take its course. We can't just say it is the end. It is not the end. It is the beginning of the road that is at Home Affairs. We must also get to the bottom of which officials facilitated this fraudulent transaction between her mother and the department. So it is far from over.